Canadians from coast to coast to coast recycle, or at least they think they do. Despite good intentions, many people aren't recycling correctly. Ignorance of contamination and proper recycling practices means that items that were intended to be recycled will end up in landfills. Poor recycling practices are having a measurable negative impact. Canada ranks 20th globally in meeting United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, falling behind Slovenia, Ireland, and Korea, among other countries according to the United Nations. Managing our waste was identified as a major challenge, with irresponsible consumption and production identified as another crucial weak point. The 2018 report found that Canadians produce 4.2 pounds of non-recyclable solid waste per person on average every day, putting the country behind the US, Japan, Australia, and China in terms of waste production. Plastics are a particular concern. According to Environmental Defense, less than 11% of all plastics are recycled in Canada. If they don't end up in landfills, they make their way to oceans, parks, and forests. Unrecycled plastic takes centuries to break down. Furthermore, the process emits microplastics that can be ingested by animals, and it is also thought to leach chemicals. Every municipality has different recycling systems and rules. What may be recycled in one city might not be in another. Single-use coffee cups are a great example. Though generally made of paper or cardboard, the inside is lined with plastic polyethylene. If they're empty and rinsed, many, but not all, curbside programs accept them as containers provided the plastic lid is removed and placed in its proper spot for recycling. Some places require residents to separate paper, plastics, containers, or glass. Others have single-stream programs where everything goes in the same container and is sorted at the station. Contamination is a major problem. When the right materials are wrongly prepared, they are rejected and often deemed garbage. For instance, oil, grease, or excessive food residue can't be left in containers. Those substances can spread, affecting the recyclability of other items and potentially contaminating an entire load. If cans or bottles are placed in a plastic bag, then put into a recycling bin, they end up going to the landfill too. When incorrect items are put out for recycling, it drives up operation costs. Those items have to be sorted and removed at a processing facility and sent to other recycling depots, or the dump. Hazardous materials or containers with any remaining contents not only contaminate recyclables, but also pose a health and safety risk to workers. Propane tanks are extremely dangerous and have caused fires at processing plants. Ropes, electrical cords, cables, and garden hose pose particular problems. Danglers can get caught in recycling equipment and force recycling operations to shut down. All of these forms of contamination reduce the ability to recycle effectively or meet the requirements of recycling markets. If a material can be recovered, contamination will reduce the value of recyclable. When somebody buys a product, it's their responsibility to deal with the packaging. You can compost coffee grounds, tea bags, wooden chopsticks, and corks. And you can recycle cell phones, computers, overwrap, which is the packaging around products such as diapers, paper towels, and you can also recycle cardboard egg carton. Recycling is one of the easiest things you can do to help protect the environment. The easier you make it for yourself, the more likely you are to do it. Know before you throw.